All right. Good morning, good evening, and good night, everybody. Hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to the broadcast again, where you've been doing different broadcasts on different places, on different platforms over the last, several months now. Today, we're going to talk about casting vision and what does that process actually look like, right? Like, what is the process that you and I need to go through as owner founders of different operations, right? What does that process need to do that you and I need to do to basically cast vision, right? And, I think the crazy thing is the number one thing I've been working with a lot of entrepreneurs lately, and the craziest thing is a lot of them are stuck at like trying to get their teams to be engaged. Like, how do you move them forward? And I think that's like pretty much the crux or the one challenge of leadership that we have overall. And so, I mean, even in the last like 24 hours, we did this one exercise where we go through the basics of like diagnostics with companies, right? Every time I'm on the phone with somebody working on their business, I'm always asking a bunch of questions because they're usually pretty high level dynamic individuals that built pretty amazing businesses. I mean, some of these people have been in business for like 30, 40 different years, decades of building companies. So when we're asking questions, we're looking for little nuances. And it was great to hear somebody just come on recently and they're like, Troy, man, it's amazing. Like, my team has never been so engaged because we just had a different way of doing quarterly planning with them and their team that shifted the whole game for them. And it wasn't that they weren't doing quarterly planning. It wasn't that they weren't casting vision, is they weren't getting the engagement from the team members because there was little tweaks that needed to happen. And you're saying, Troy, that's great. You're not answering any questions right now. What are those tweaks? Well, one, I was like, share the vision again specifically. She's like, I have. I was like, no, but how often are you sharing it? How often are you truly sharing the vision of where you want to go with the business? Plus, how does it benefit all the people around you? And it's not an easy process. Most businesses, most things are not these rocket ship businesses. It takes years and decades and toil and problems and challenges that are just dealt with over and over and over and over again. It's just the way life is. And I was like, just share from your heart again. Man, lay it out, draw it out, whatever you have to do to map out the vision in some type of visual format so they can see it, so they can touch it, they can feel it, and then have them help draw it out too. Have them draw out the vision of what specifically. So you guys are looking at a picture, you're looking at some type of object, you're describing the object, you're giving color to the object, you're painting the picture and saying, what does this thing possibly look like? And I was like, just cast your vision. And she did in this 90-day quarterly planning. She casted her vision again. She drew out pictures. She printed out pictures. She put up stuff on the wall. So when they came in, it was like her vision casting again to the group, to the team, and showing them, okay, this is where we're at. This is where we're going. This is what I want. And we got clear on what are those facts? What are those details? What do the walls look like? What does the daily operation look like? What are the type of clients they're working with? What are the bigger brands they're working with? What are the possibilities? How can people double their paychecks if they want one day? And by doing this, literally over the next couple of months, the team got even more and more engaged. Why? Because they could see it. And I always say this when I'm working with a ton of people. It's like, share the picture of the dog. Like, when I think of a dog, I think of a golden retriever named Rusty. When you think of a dog, you may think of a St. Bernard like my mom's got. Or you may think of a little poodle or a little Shih Tzu. They're different types of dogs. So you just can't use the word dog when you're painting this picture, this vision. And when the more you can get your team to dive into this vision with you so you can actually see it, so they can feel it, they can taste it. Like, how much sensory information can you possibly give them? Can you make a video? Can you draw beautiful pictures? Can you write it out even on words, on whiteboards? So at least there's more tangible information for people. See, you and I both know that the more we get clear on this vision in our heads and the better we can articulate it, and the more we articulate, the more we share it over and over again, sooner or later people see it, then they start believing it's possible, and then they actually achieve it. The old school words: see it, believe it, achieve it. But you've got to see it first inside of you, number one. Number two, you've got to get your teams to see it. This is your job as the leader. If things are not going anywhere, if things are not moving forward, it means you're not sharing the vision in a specific enough way for people to digest it, to see it. They've got to know where they're driving on the map. You are the Garmin. You are the GPS. You are the person that's saying, turn right here, turn left here. You are that for your company, for your team, for your employees, for all the people around you, for your vendors. And the more that you can engage in a way of casting this vision. And the thing is this, I heard one leader say one time to me, and I was talking, they're like, you never stop casting vision. It happens every day in every meeting, in every quarterly plan, every yearly planning. Every time you're talking with somebody, you're constantly sharing over and over again. Where are we going? How are we going to get there? Why are we going to get there? The who, the what, the when, as much as you possibly can. You're like a broken record over and over and over and over and over, sharing this vision. And we think, oh no, I said it once. It's okay. Well, I don't think it is okay. I think some of the best leaders cast their vision over and over again, and they know how to keep everybody in line with going after that vision. And when people try to interject their thing into the vision, they're like, no. It's like, what is it? Ivy and Jobs, they used to joke all the time, who could say no the most? Because you want to say no to everything that's not part of your vision. The question is, are you saying no enough to all these people? Are you saying no enough to others saying, hey, that's not part of my vision? You know what? Because I make the mistake. Guys, I'm part of the choir, preaching to the choir here. Like, I'll say yes, and when I'm starting out something new, like me doing this, me sharing what I know about business and building and scaling companies with people is new for me. I'm failing. I'm screwing things up. I don't know exactly where I'm going with all this. I don't know exactly how to help you the best, but I do know this. I am passionate about helping entrepreneur founders. If you're a 0 to 15 million, 0 to 75 employees, and you're struggling, I want to share information for this group of people that helps them grow faster, scale better, not deal with as many problems as I deal. So I've got this very clear vision of building companies that actually build companies one day. Now, how all this works out, I don't know. I've never been there. I haven't done that. But I have done a few companies, and I have built a few businesses, and I have helped scale other companies. And I've now coached over 400 entrepreneurs that have been part of EO, accelerator programs, and other entrepreneurs through the different coaching platforms that I've been doing now for the last 5 or 6 years. And I see the commonality. I see the same struggles. And I know with the things I've learned and all the money I've spent on all the coaches and all the mentors, that these things can change your business, your life, and start pulling in resources and ways of doing things that, if I promise you this, if you listen to these words and you take these actions, you'll manifest different things. And the number one thing always goes back to vision. And the number one thing is this: what do you want? Why do you want it? How will you know if you get it? What will you have? What will you see? What will you taste? And when you can journal these questions out clearly to yourself, and then articulate them to your team, and articulate them to the vendors and all the people that are buying from you, you, my friend, will now have an amazing company. You will have a business that is actually going somewhere. You will have a business that one day you don't have to work full-time in yourself every single day going, how do I move this thing forward? How do I push this company forward? If it's not going forward, it's because you are not casting the vision. You have it stuck in your head. You're like, oh, you just don't understand me. And no, people will not understand us. If we don't find a way to draw it out on whiteboards behind us, if we don't have a find to draw it out and have literally pictures and models where we actually can hold up something and say, okay, here's what this thing's going to look like. You know, it's going to look like this. And then we're going to this conference room. It's going to look like this. And we can show them how things are laid out. We can show them where the building's going to be built, what type of activities they're going to be doing, what type of customers they're going to be working with. This is our jobs as the point person. And the more that you and I do this, the more clearer the vision gets, the more clear that the people around you know what the word dog means when you say the word dog. They know it is a golden retriever and not a Shih Tzu. And the more that you get people clear on the same vision and the same operation, then you can hand that chunk that they've got over to them and keep building and building and building on the layers that are going to make your organization grow and go without you one day. So no matter what happens to you, that vision inside of you will live on. So the question of today, how are you casting vision in your team? Let's read some of these comments. We have a lot of crazy questions. We have someone's asking me, Bob Donnell's on here. Why are founders resistant to process? I don't know, Bob. Why are founders resistant to this process? It's a challenge, Bob. I don't know, man. Because I think a lot of founders want to do the work themselves, honestly. And then a lot of founders just assume, make an ass out of you and me, that everyone understands what's in our head. And the problem is, it's not the reality. Scott DeLong's on here. Hey, Scott, thanks for joining in. I'm watching from Nigeria. Solomon, that's awesome. Miro Angel, what is this? An American divorce to support a him? Thank you, Miro, for calling me and my wife scammers. I love you. Hope you're doing awesome. Tatiana, sounds like you talked to yourself because I didn't understand your gibberish. Sorry, Tatiana. I appreciate your feedback. How many companies do you have at this moment? I think we have about 6 or 7 right now. And so what the companies we have, one of them is a legal tech company right now, and it's called Simplera. So you can Google that. Another one's a home warranty company. Another one we just sold off with a supplement company. Another one that we're working on helping is a company called Private Money Club, helping scale that one right now. Another company that we're working with is the coaching business right now, or whatever you want to call this, Fractional Founders. We're helping build a podcast studio right now. We were part of a dental service organization recently. And so that's some of my background, Tatiana, and please reach out if I can help. Hey, Duck, hope you're doing amazing. Flo, hope you're doing amazing. What's the first step to mapping it out? And this is anyone that's mapping out their vision, right? So Flo, Mina, if you guys don't know Flo, Flo's absolutely amazing. She's building a great food company out of the central California coast area, very high-end products to restaurants and shops up and down the coast of California. So I think with Flo, like Flo's building out, let's say just mapping out this piece of her company right now, right? I think it's mapping out saying, hey, I want let's do one of her products is this super amazing peanut brittle, let's say, or some of the jams and jellies. And she said, I want my jams and jellies on every shelf in every superstore in the state of California. And I can see that people their families will be having lunches and eating my jams and loving it and having these amazing moments with their families. And I think the people that are helping make the jams, and we start casting vision like that, like where you take the jams and jellies, and he's using that example about families at home opening jars of jelly and then spreading it on bread and having these amazing moments. And the lives that you're going to impact and the way people are going to love food and love tasting food and love this experience. And we're going to create these epic experiences for people to enjoy food in different ways. And we start casting the vision. It makes we all have to work in some way unless we're like independently rich or something crazy. You have wealthy families. This might not be the call for you. If you're independently rich and have wealthy families, there's probably other people that can have better conversations with. For us, we love people that build their own companies, are owner founders. They're running their own law firms. They're running their own companies. They have their own products. They're doing software development. They're doing whatever it is. They're doing SaaS companies, because these are the people that have to learn not only what they do with their product, from jams and jellies to software to doing roofing to doing real estate. It's all the same thing. They've got a specific skill. And then we have to learn all these other skills to run these companies. All these other skills that we have to learn. We have to learn accounting. We have to learn QuickBooks. One of the things we have to learn is how do we cast vision? How do we cast this vision to people to get it buy into us around us? And if we can't articulate it, then no one's going to buy into it. So back to Flo and casting her vision, the more she can share with these people and say, oh God, I want to help Flo impact the way people eat. I want people to eat better jams and jellies. I want people to eat better peanut brittle. And we do it in some type of exciting way. We get everybody together in the room and we just start talking about it. Part of getting the vision is getting people to ask and answer questions with each other. What does this look like? What do we do? How do we make it better? Does this look better? Is this the right way? And we keep working on this over and over again till we make the vision stronger. So, Duck, thanks, man. Thanks for loving the Private Money Club, Duck. I love you. Hope you're doing amazing. Food company. Hello, world famous weight loss surgeon here. Dr. Duck Vong is on. He's a world famous weight loss surgeon. Tatiana is asking, I'd like to start a company about the currency market. Did you give me some idea what to start? You know, Tatiana, I have a friend that's actually, if you want to hit me up on DM somewhere, literally is doing a currency fund out of Spain. And there's another friend of ours that is raising capital in the US. There's a couple of people doing these different currency market funds. So if you want to DM me, we can talk about it privately and I can try to help you on that one. One of my friends is actually helping people build funds right now. So it's great. Back to casting vision though. So we kind of did a preamble for the last 15 minutes. The question is this. Number one, do you really have a vision? Number two, are you sharing it often and regular enough with yourself? Are you getting time by yourself on the beach or in the woods or driving your car where you're taking the vision of what you want this entity, this business to look like? And it also ties into your whole life. I think we have some crazy person on here that was calling me something, I don't know. I think Ashley deleted them or something, but they were making bad quotes. But it is about your entire life. It's about your marriage. It's about your family. It's about everything. It all becomes one thing in your head, your vision. And then when you get it outside of you and you hand it over to other people and say, be careful, don't break my vision. It's delicate. And you hand this off to them. Please, what do you think about this idea? You don't want to share it with everybody unless they're going to buy into it. Or if they don't buy into it, be like, hey, I'm going to build it without you. Though none will go with me, still I will follow my vision. Though none go with me, still I will follow my vision. Though none go with me, still I will follow my vision. When you have that type of concrete thing inside of you, you're not going to quit. You're not going to give up, no matter how bad you are in the beginning. You know how many problems there are going on. When you cast vision to yourself first, then when you cast vision others, it is the truth. It is purity. It is not some BS hype around something that's not true. People can feel your energy. They will know that you are not full of shit. When you are that convicted and that sure of where you are going, no matter what, I will build this thing. I will do whatever it takes to manifest this thing in my mind, inside my heart. When you are clear on your vision, you've been by yourself, you listen to that still small voice inside of you that's called you to go this direction, to build whatever it is, for whatever reason. Trust that voice. It's electrical contracting. It's a heating company. It's a private money lending company. You become a surgeon. It doesn't matter what it is. You're called to go buy a ranch and have kids retreats. I don't care what it is. Whatever that is that spoke to you, it's leading you on a path. And if you're faithful to that, you cast vision yourself, you believe in that vision, and you don't stop. You don't stop. I don't care how many times you're failing right now. You're not good in the beginning. Things are not coming out of your mouth great. It's okay. We don't stop. We don't give up. We don't let up, go up till we go up, right? We don't let up, give up until we go up. That old quote. Well, that is true. And then when you cast vision to yourself, then you cast vision to the people around you. Because you casted it to yourself, that conviction inside of you will transfer to the next person and transfer to the next person and transfer to the next person, because you're giving them the gift of your vision that they get to be a part of for a period of time. I got to be a part of Aaron Maynard's. I got to be a part of Larry Linkis's. I got to be a part of my dad's. I got to be a part of Henry Arjad's vision at one time. These are all people I got to be a part of their vision. It gave me the gift so I could learn from them. I could watch how other leaders acted. I could watch and learn from other leaders. I could be around other people building great companies, building great organizations, and say, man, what did they do? Walking around and hanging out with Mark Victor Hansen, the kid, I get to see how his inspiration was. Walking around my friend Jared Miller's dad's business and see how he built something and lived this lifestyle. And I had this 100-foot yacht when I was like 13 years old. I got to be around other great leaders. I painted chain link fence for him. And he casted the vision of Jared and I that I'll buy Jared a card if we painted enough fence over that summer. And he did a great job casting vision us to help us work for cars back then. And where we are today and where we're going is because we believed in something. Somewhere in your heart, you've got to believe again. I don't care if you're writing a book, becoming a great author, becoming an international speaker right now. You're trying to build a food company and launch it and go national. Once you believe in your vision, you created that white space in your life to journal out. Where am I going? Why am I going there? And you keep reinforcing that inside of you. Then you cast it to others. You give them the gift to be a part of that vision, because one day they'll serve in that capacity. And one day they may go on to build their own vision one day. I'm not working for Alan Lau washing dishes anymore, but I am grateful Alan hired me. Alan taught me work ethic. Alan taught me how to show up. Alan taught me so many life lessons when I worked for him. It was a gift, and he cast his vision that he could move from China and build a company in America and live the American dream. That was Alan Lau. He instilled inside of me the reason why someone would move from China to move to America that was possible to become wealthy. And I got to hang out with Alan a month ago. All of us dishwashers that were 12 and 13 and 14 years old, we worked for Alan. We all got to hang out with him recently. Alan's retired. He's bouncing back between China and America and living his best life, man. This is the guy that literally started a business from scratch, moved to America to raise a family. And he cast a vision inside of us of how important freedom was, how important entrepreneurship was. See, when you're casting this vision, it's not just self-serving. So many people think that when CEOs cast vision or owners of companies cast vision, it's just self-serving, get people work harder. It's self-serving to try to make them more money. It's self-serving. No, you're serving them to give them the why. Why is it important? Why is it important that people have the opportunity to go create something from nothing? Why is it so important that us as entrepreneurs have this opportunity? Why is it so important that people work for something? Why is it so important that we go and serve other people? Why is it so important that we give our time, our money, and our resources for something greater than ourselves? Why is it so important that we do something great as a group of people to impact other lives? When you cast vision, you're instilling that ability into others. And hopefully it's a positive vision. Hopefully it's a vision that impacts lives. And if you don't understand me, you're not understanding what's going on and what I'm sharing today, if you want to reach out to me anytime, 24/7, you're struggling with something, you need to talk about something, hit me up. I don't care if you can't afford me or not. I will help serve you, because these skills are going to transform companies. These skills are going to transform your life and the people around you. And when leaders learn these skills, it makes for better companies. It makes for a better city. It makes for a better state. It makes for a better country and a better world when we have entrepreneurs and leaders that can truly lead and impact lives. And when you cast the vision, and it's a true vision, a vision that you felt inside your heart, inside your spirit, inside every ounce of your thinking, like, man, I got to go build this thing for some reason. I promise you, you live a life like that, it inspires others. People are not going to be downtrodden. They're not going to be depressed. Whatever bullshit's going on with the economy, we can fix it because we're casting vision. We're saying, man, I see something bigger. I believe something bigger. I believe still freedom is alive in this world. I still believe in the power of entrepreneurship, the power of people to have a dream and go chase. I still believe in Disney. I still believe what Walt did in the beginning is still possible today. And the question is, what vision do you have? What is that vision inside of you? What is that vision that needs to come out of you? What is that vision that needs to be shared with more and more and more people? After it gets crystallized here, you cast it out of your mouth and you say, hey, you could be an attorney building a law firm saying, we're going to impact more lives. We're going to help more people be set free in some aspect. We're going to help more people with their immigration. I've got a great client who's building an amazing immigration firm. amazingly impacting lives, bringing families back together from that are spread out because of this immigration process. It doesn't matter what it is. What is the vision inside of you, and who needs to hear it today is the question. And the question I'm going to leave with today is this. If you're not winning, who's losing? And who's losing because you're not winning? Are you casting the vision for others around you to help you win? Are you casting the vision to impact the lives of those around you? Are you impacting the lives of those around you because you're casting vision? Are you sharing the vision inside your heart with truth and love and passion? So thank you for tuning in today, guys. We'll be going live again next week. Love you. If I can help you in any way or serve you in any capacity, please DM me, text me. I'm out there all over the place. And I would love to help serve you and help you build your dream company and help manifest your dreams globally. So thank you, guys.